let's get spelling. Our first word has this many sounds in it. We're going to go with, if you're following along with me, these are now in your modules that you can print this out. I am skipping number 10, though I'm going to number 11. Here's our word. But don't look at it. Don't look at it if you're, I don't, you know what? I don't even know if I posted it in spelling because you're not supposed to look at these before you spell them. That defeats the whole purpose. So I might have only posted these in the reading class. If I posted it in the spelling, I'm going to go delete it. If you get it, you can print it out before I delete it, but I don't want you to have those words beforehand. But I will go through and write the right answers in there for you. Or maybe I'll just keep it in there so you can have the answers. All right, anyway, this is our word. You know what I think I'm going to do? Anyway, I'm going to keep that a secret for now. Okay, the rules, the spelling rules for this word are the tap 2 rule. This sound is a short vowel sound. Short vowel sounds require 2 consonants after them. If there's not 2, make 2. Right? So this is a short vowel sound. Short vowel sounds need 2 consonants after them. That's why there are 2 T's in button. Button. Otherwise I would have said bootin. Okay, that's this vowel. Same with this one. Wait. Yeah, same with this one. This one is also the tap 2 rule. So if it's a long vowel sound, it needs another vowel in the next 1 or 2 spots. And then when you hear the E sound at the end of a multi-syllable word, you spell it with a Y. Now this word that I'm about to give you is commonly mispronounced. So listen very carefully to how I pronounce it, because if you're not hearing it right, you're not going to spell it right. Okay. Your word is supposedly. Supposedly. Go ahead and spell it on your paper and then in the Q&A for me so I can see how you did. Supposedly. Yes, Beverly. I in the middle syllable gets to break the tap 2 rule, and it says eh. Supposedly. Good job for your tap 2 rule there at the beginning. Suppose in the middle. My mouth is open, medium width. Supposedly. Feel free to change your answer. Nothing is locked in. Supposedly. Okay, good. Nice. Supposedly. Thank you. Supposed. It will help if you look at my lines and make sure that your vowels are in those same spots. Okay. Oh, I see what you did there. Okay. So let's do this together. Consonants. S, A, P, O, Z, E, D, O, E. This S is making more of a vibrating sound, and that's common if it comes after a vibrating sound. And all vowels vibrate. So this S could sound like a Z if it comes after a vowel. All right, so vowel sounds. The most common way to spell is with a U. Is a short vowel sound. Short vowels need 2 consonants after them. If there's not 2, make 2. If you got that double P right there, good job. If you didn't, now you know. O. O is a long vowel sound. We know that because it says its name. So it cannot have 2 consonants after it. It has to have another vowel in the next 1 or 2 spots. Supposed. Medium width sound, that's an E. It's short, so it needs 2 consonants after them, which we have right there. And then the E sound at the end of a multisyllable word is spelled with a Y. Now, just for fun, how many people knew that there was a D there? Because a lot of people pronounce that word as supposably. Supposably. That's incorrect. It's actually supposedly. Supposedly. Now you know. Do we need to turn the captions off? Is that like cheating? Oh, are you seeing the captions? Are you seeing the me say the word so you're actually looking at how it's spelled? Oh, yeah, I want, can you turn those off on your end? Or do I have to do that? Yeah, that is a little bit cheating if you're, it's not intentional, I know, but it's hard to spell something without looking at it when you're looking right at it. See if you are able to turn off the captions, like those auto captions when I'm talking on your end. If you are, put, okay, good, good, good. Is anybody else seeing captions? Is anybody else seeing it? Okay, it's not shown on my end. Then that must be something that, a setting that you can set on your side. I love that you asked. Is that cheating? If I can actually see the word that I'm supposed to be spelling? I love it. Okay, next. Oh, you guys are gonna love this word. It's a doozy, but we're gonna break it down. Okay, we have all right. So we have right here the tap 2 rule. So if you have a short vowel sound, it's gonna need 2 consonants after it. Same with this one. Same with this one. If it has a long vowel sound, it needs another vowel in the next 1 or 2 spots. I wanted to talk about this sound right here because it's this. When you see 2 slanted lines with letters between it, that means sound of. So that, just because that's the sound of an SH doesn't mean that an SH is going to be the correct spelling for that sound in that spot. Big juicy hint, it's not. Don't put an SH here. There are 2 other ways to spell the SH sound. The most common is a TI. TI will spell sh when it's almost to the end of a longer word and there's a vowel after it. TI will spell the sh sound when it's toward the end of a longer word and there's a vowel after it. Okay? Use this one. And then it's going to end with this sound of us. Us. When you hear us at the end of a multi-syllable word, it's usually a suffix that is spelled like this. This only gets one sound. You're only hearing that you. So it only gets one line. Okay? This would be OU and S. It's hard to teach without giving the answer, but I want to set you up for success anyway. All right, so now I'm going to erase all of this and let you spell the word ostentatious. Ostentatious. Take your time. Ostentatious. Thank you, Maria. Ostentatious. Okay, now they're coming in. Like Sam. Ostentatious. Ostentatious. It might sound like an aw at the beginning, but it's just a regular aw. Okay. Ostentatious. Right on. Sheldon, that was beautiful. Okay, so actually, I'm going to give it a couple more seconds so that more people can have a chance to finish. I'm getting a lot of different spellings for the ah sound at the beginning. I'm getting an A, AU, a U, an O. You're going to go for the most common. This is not the most common spelling of ah. This is not the most common spelling of ah. This is not the most common, this doesn't spell ah ever. Sorry. But this is the most common spelling for ah. You start there. Okay. All right. Very good. So our consonants are ah, s, t, e, n, t, a. Here's that sh that comes toward the end of a multisyllable word because there's a vowel after it and it ends with a s. Okay, so far so good. You know what? Every single person got that TI in the middle. Well done. Well done. Nobody else knows that. People don't know that that's how you spell sh toward the end, except you guys. Okay, vowels. Ah. The most common way to spell ah is with a simple O. And if you always start with the most common, the most simple spelling, and if it works, stop, you're done. You know that O will say ah right here because the next two letters are consonants, so you don't need anything fancy, nothing funky. It's just its simple spelling if the tab 2 rule applies. Same with this eh. There are a couple different ways to spell eh, believe it or not. But we start with the most common, and if the next two letters are consonants, it can make it short sound right here just fine. A, the most common spelling for A is A. Is the next one or two letters another vowel? Yeah, so it can make its long sound right here just fine. And then us at the end of a longer word is often spelled O-U-S. That's a doozy of a word, huh? Very good, you guys. Next. Okay, this next word is a Greek word. Greek words are often kind of academic sounding, like chemistry or psychology. So just a heads up, this is a Greek word. And let me spell the sounds first. Okay. For the, what is that? Now that you know what those slanted lines mean, for the k sound in Greek words, it's spelled with a CH, just like chemistry or school. If it's a Greek word, you spell the k sound with a CH. So keep that in mind. This is a Greek word. Okay, next. Oh yeah, that'll work. Okay, for the when you hear, because spelling is all about what you hear, right? So when you hear an sound at or toward the beginning of a word, and there's another vowel two doors down. You spell it with an A. Let me say it again. So when you hear an sound at, like the first letter or the first sound or the second sound, usually, at or toward the beginning of a word. If you hear at or toward the beginning of a word and there's a vowel two doors down, spell it with an A. As in ago, adore, banana. It's spelling the schwa sound. There's a vowel two doors down. Okay? Next. The last thing you need to know, other than the tap 2 rule, which applies in almost every word that you're ever going to spell, is when you hear not the beginning, it toward the end, like right around here, and the last letter is an N, it's probably going to be an O, unless it's a profession. So as in nation, emotion, fraction. This T-I-O-N happens a lot, but usually if you hear even if that letter before it is not a T-I, when you hear almost to the end of a longer word, and the last letter is an N, that is usually going to be spelled with an O. And this is a profession. Okay, so just as a recap, this is a Greek word. So if you hear a k sound, spell it with a CH. When you hear at or toward the beginning of a word and there's a vowel 2 doors down, spell that sound with an A. A equals the schwa sound. And when you hear toward the end of a word and the last letter is an N, you're going to spell it with an O. So this is for the beginning. This is for the end. Does this look like a college level math class right now with all of these symbols? But that's okay. You're adults. You can do this. All right. So your word is chameleon. 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 Let's see these in the Q&A. Oh, I love that you knew that it could be an I right here. It could be an I, actually, but this one's an E. I'm going to give you that one right there because it's usually it's going to be an I. I love that you knew that, but this one's going to be an E. Chameleon. Very good. Okay. We only have a few seconds left, so I'm going to have to go for it. So here's our k at the beginning. That's going to be spelled with a CH because it's a Greek word. Here's our that's at or toward the beginning of a word with a vowel 2 doors down. So we're going to spell it with an A. Let me put these consonants in. Here's our E sound that's going to be spelled with an E right here just fine because there's another vowel in the next 1 or 2 spots. Same with this one. That's the tap 2 rule for both of these. And then toward the end of a word with an N at the end is often spelled with an O. That says the schwa sound. That says the schwa sound. Chameleon. Chameleon. Nice. A lot of you are spelling it with an I, and that makes me so happy to know that you know that. That's amazing. I'm going to cross that word out because that's the exception. What I told you just now is that word is the exception, not the rule. You knew the rule, and that makes me so happy. You must have been here for a while and paying attention and taking notes. Okay, so today you learned a lot about how to spell the k sound in Greek words. Greek words are usually a little academic sounding. You learned that supposedly is a D and not a B. Supposedly. You learned how to spell the sh sound toward the end of a word is spelled with a T-I. Or you were reminded of all those rules. All right, my friends, we're going to start there next time. I'll see you over in reading class if you're joining me over there. Otherwise, I'll see you on Monday. Bye, everybody.